What's up, everybody? My name's Devin. Today I'm going to try something new and play online poker live. Recently I've been doing broadcasts of Lakers game where I essentially just do play-by-play. But today I'm going to try online poker. So that way if I ever do like a Kings game and it gets kind of boring, I could play a poker table with it. But anyway, still got to get this computer stuff figured out. And what's going on Facebook? I don't know. Let's go Facebook. Is everything working? I don't think I'm actually live right now. Something happened. Oh, here we go. Go live. So I'm on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch. And honestly, I don't really know. I'm just doing all of them because I just want to see if anybody likes poker on any of these sites. And yeah, so you know what? I haven't played in a little bit, so I need to somehow sit in this seat over here. How do I change my seat? Because I wanna have my cards on the bottom. I'm gonna fold that. And just so you guys know, I used to be a professional poker player online for 6 years. Played the main event a few times, so I used to know what I'm doing. So let's hope I can win some money. The one on the left is a $10 buy-in, 3,000 guaranteed, and the one on the right is a $5 buy-in. So certainly not gonna buy a house if I win, but you know what? You gotta start out slow, and you just kind of gotta get a feel for the games. But Bovada is like the only site that Americans can play on, and I've cashed out money. I've always won on Bovada, but you know what? It's just they're just not as awesome as poker used to be. But how do I get a full deck? So details. Gotta find. How do I find? Oh, I'm gonna go to lobby. Do main lobby. Right here. No, the main lobby. Then I'm going to go to settings. Gameplay settings. Show pot value. Show bet value. Show hand strength. Show table spotlight. Show play animation. Show winning hand animations. Don't need that. Show all in percentages. Don't need that. You know, why not? Use 4-color deck. Auto mug hands. Default buy-in settings. Table settings. Alright, well anyway, I think we're good on this. But how do I move my seat? Okay, and I've got ace, deuce, under the gun. Just gonna fold it. And I want to move my seat to maybe like drag myself over. Alright, I'm gonna have to look this up on the internet. Here we go. Google. Move seat playing Bovada. I'm going to be annoyed if I don't have that bottom one. I can't change seats on Bovada. Well, that's from 2012. Huh. Well, according to a 2012 post, you cannot change your seats. So anyway, we're in the big blind with King 2. Well, I'll make these a little bit bigger for you guys. My bad. It's probably a little bit clunky, but I've never done this. And there we go. And in general, these tournaments are super easy. I mean, I would just mess around and do well. They're not playing very well. And it's crazy, like, I mean, everywhere you go, I mean, people got way better at poker, and it's just the way that life is. You know, back in the day, it used to be so easy. Anybody could make loads, well, not anybody, but a lot of people could make loads of money. But, you know, everybody got better, slowly but surely. And, but it seems like on Bovada, everybody kind of stayed the same. So that's good news. And when I started this, it was weird. I woke up, I thought today was Sunday. I'm like, okay, I'm going to play a poker tournament, and then I'm going to do football. It's going to be the best Sunday ever. Online poker and football. And then I heard it was Saturday. Anyway, here we go. And in this $5 tournament, I bought in a little bit late. Oh, and I got aces on the first hand. That's good news. Here we go. Let's hope somebody just goes all in. All in, buddy. All in. Pull that one over to the left. Somebody go all in. And had I known, you know, buying into a tournament when the blinds are 75, 150 and you have 3,000 chips, probably not the best idea. Let's go, people. You know what? I'm going to get a little crazy. What else am I going to do? Hopefully this guy will limp raise all in. Raising that is just such a strong play. Alright, well that's got to be a good flop. And it's not very likely somebody has two pair. Definitely going to bet this one. Gonna make it small though, kind of like I would do that with nothing. And gonna min raise the queen 10 over to the left. Queen 10 on the button is not bad. And this ace high board is decent because if he doesn't have an ace, he's gonna instantly fold. I'm just gonna bet real small. You know, now I'll go all in. Just call me, buddy. Just call. And this guy's definitely got an ace over to the left. So I'm going to give up. And you know what? Maybe he didn't need to... Oh, gosh. Watch what he has. Oh, he has pocket nines. All right. Over to the left. Probably played that one bad, but seems like a lot of the times they call out of the blinds with crappy aces there. But I haven't played on Bovada or online poker tournament in forever, so I don't really know that. Once he checks it on the river, I kind of know that he probably doesn't have an ace, I guess. And here I got pocket nines, and this guy raised up some limpers, so that could be a lot of different hands. So I'm going to raise him up, you know, just kind of small. Try to get heads up. And if he calls, I mean, if everyone folds and he calls, I got position on him. So it's a pretty good spot to be in. And, you know, my pocket nines are probably looking pretty good against whatever he could have. Yeah, if he just goes all in, then we know. Oh, and he min re-raised me. Alright, well, that's a very strong hand. I mean, it's probably a fold, but I'm just going to call. You know what? If he bets... I mean, I gotta fold. I was just kind of hoping for a 9. Alright, well, at least I got 4,800 in this one with those pocket aces. Queen 10 didn't work, and then pocket 9s did not work. But when somebody raises up limpers, you re-raise them, and then they re-raise you. That's very strong. And it just so happened to be a really good flop. And he just bombed it huge, like a loaded, like just potted it. Sometimes they usually do that with good hands because it just kind of looks weaker. I'll take a king or a queen. Alright, well, I'll take that. And you don't always have... I mean, that's definitely probably not a good call with king queen, only because there's no antes yet. And but I had 150 in there. Who knows? It can't be terrible. But yeah, the pocket nines. It just so happened it was an 8 high flop, but we're probably lucky that, yeah, it was an 8 high flop. We're probably lucky that we didn't lose more money. And I mean, that's the $10 tournament, 3,000 guaranteed. That's the one that I'm gonna try to do better in. Let's see what the winner gets. Let's see what the winner gets. $660, so I can't be going crazy with pocket nines for no reason. Plenty of poker to be played. So, what's up, everybody? Is anybody here? I highly doubt it. What's up, YouTube? What's up, Facebook? We got people on, nobody on Facebook, one person on YouTube. So, what's up, guy on YouTube? Hope you enjoy it. Let's hope I actually do something good. But yeah, like I said, I haven't played online poker in forever. Like, probably, I mean, I played zone poker. I mean, usually I just play zone poker on the phones, but I never used the phone. I did it on my Chromebook. So it was cool because everybody else was playing on their phones, and it was just kind of pretty lazy poker. And I was just on my Chromebook, just folding, playing good, and making money. And it was great. It was just a. I mean, it's not like you can make that much money playing 25-cent zone, but you know, it was just kind of fun, and that's what I played. Now online poker tournaments, and I got a suited connector. I mean, I'm definitely gonna raise this guy up if they fold. I mean, this is probably not a call. If he, let's just hope he doesn't go all in. This guy that limped under the gun. All right, well, that's a pretty good flop. I mean, if I had a king in my hand, like king queen, I'd probably just call. So I'm gonna call and then maybe try to set up a bluff on the turn. I mean, I'm gonna go all in. If he doesn't have a king, he's gonna fold. And I mean, it's a $5 tournament, so he's probably just gonna call with anything anyway. All right, well, there we go. Yeah, and you know what? If I did have a hand like king queen, I'm probably not raising on that flop, and you know, I could be floating with all sorts of stuff. The flush missed, so he's definitely gonna make that continuation bet or that second barrel on the turn. And then when that kind of brick card comes out, that's just a great spot to bluff. So yeah, in the $5 tournament, up to 10,000. I mean, what did I have? What did I have? Oh, I had aces, played it kind of coyly, and then I had 4 of spades. Alright, looks like I'm going to another table, and I just wish I could sit at the bottom. That's the only thing I'm a little bit upset about. So yeah, this is online poker. I can't ever tell if people are watching on Twitter. You know what? I'm just gonna raise this guy up, and it looks really strong. If I get 3 folds, anyway, probably shouldn't be doing this. Getting a little crazy. Yeah, totally. Oh, hash browns. Alright, now I'm just gonna fold. The reason I did that was because, you know, it just looks kind of strong. These guys might fold. I mean, these guys have stacks that they probably don't want to. You know, I'm just gonna fold. But I love the min raise in multi-table tournaments, especially early. So if I was going to be playing hands, especially ones like that, I'm coming in min-raising. And then a little bit later, I don't. But I haven't played these online poker tournaments in forever, so I don't even know what everybody's doing. It's crazy how on Bovada, some tournaments, they start you out with 3,000 like this one. And then some of them 10,000. Like what? And then some of them 5,000. I don't know. Seems like I just had the same structure for all of them. Probably would have saved you guys a lot of time in programming. Yep. So yeah, this is kind of the downside of playing like tournaments or cash games as opposed to zone poker, where you can just mash as fast as possible. But zone poker, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if you guys remember on Full Tilt. Full Tilt invented zone poker, and they called it Rush. It was amazing. And they were so ahead of their time. I think they realized that people were gonna want to play on their phones, but not want to wait around so much. So yeah, it was just the best idea ever. Just limping, buddy. What are you doing? Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Well, I got top pair, and I'm gonna bet it. I mean, somebody could float me with like a 6-8, maybe 7, maybe even, who knows. I mean, I could get value from calls by leading that. And just kind of find out where I'm at. That's a very, very strong play. Now let's float one, but that's probably a fold. You know, just spewing money in the $10 tournament, and probably played that one bad. Maybe I could have led for more, but usually people don't raise small like that on bluffs. So if he did that on a bluff, that's a pretty good play. And I mean, I can see myself doing that. So it's not completely out of the picture, but I'm certainly not in a position to start, you know, guessing what these guys have. I mean, I've only been playing about 10 minutes. So yeah, it just seemed like a spot where people with pairs, like even like a 7 on that board, or even seems like people with pairs would have called and floated kind of like what I did. But no reason to lose more than you need to. I got ace queen in this one. And how can I tell how many people? But yeah, so what I'm thinking is when I'm doing my, like, when I'm doing the Lakers games, I can't, it's very difficult to just talk for 2 hours and it goes really fast. So when I'm doing the Lakers game, I can't do anything else. But when I'm doing Kings hockey, I mean, I don't really know hockey that much anyway. I'm thinking about doing Kings hockey, play-by-play, and then just one tournament. And I think that'll be more fun for people. Definitely for me. Yeah, totally. But it still would drive a little bit of traffic towards me, just even if a poker guy stopped by. Definitely going to continuation bet this one. I mean, how could he have a pair? My hand is still probably good. You know, why not? You know, as long as that guy on the button folds, min raising 5-4 offsuit there can't be the worst. Just can't be going around calling 3-bets and stuff. Unless it's a minimum 3-bet, because then I mean, how can you fold? And when you min raise, they never put you on a hand like that because they think, oh, who would min raise 5-4 offsuit? I mean, that's got to be a pretty decent flop if he doesn't have a king or a jack. I'm gonna wait a little bit more time this time. Like, I'm gonna wait till it gets down to 12 seconds. Oh, he's probably not folding. He would have folded. Oh, he is folding. And this one, I mean, I just kind of did that in this tournament, but I don't really have. Oh, and he's just going all in. Yeah, these people on Bovada, they do spazzy things, like just going all in for 5,500. This is something that's been going on Bovada for a little while. It's really awesome. See, and we're gonna see what they got. Look at that, call it by a 7-8. Maybe I should. And he won with a pair of threes. Maybe I should not take these guys quite so seriously when I got pocket nines on an unders flop. Goodness gracious. And the guy just called with 7-8 suited. So yeah, I mean, that goes on Bovada and even goes on in the bigger tournaments. And that was pretty surprising too. But as soon as you get past like maybe the first half of the tournament, like when you're getting a little bit farther into it, that is way less common. It's just early in the tournament, people just go all in and watch. At least, and now I know I shouldn't be kind of playing loosey-goosey with bad cards if I can't call all-ins. Because this guy's looking like he's gotta do something else. And this guy's probably going to call with like ace-5 suited. And this guy, ace-king. Man, look at that, pocket twos. That's awesome. Ooh, this time he decides to call and not just go all in willy-nilly. So give me a bunch of spades. Please give me a bunch of spades. And all these guys kind of have chips. So that's good too. And that's a terrible, terrible, terrible flop, and I can't do anything. So I'm just going to hit check fold. I guess if it gets checked around and I hit an ace, I guess an ace is the best card I can see, but it still might not. I mean, I should probably check raise this guy. This guy's definitely got king queen, or like a hand very similar to it. Oh, and the crazy guy's gone. That's annoying. So yeah, it is Saturday, January 30th. Tomorrow is New Year's Eve. 2018 is going to be a good year. And who knows, maybe I'll win one of these poker tournaments to start my year. And then maybe I'll do more of them. But I know that on YouTube, these poker videos are pretty popular. But I don't know about these. I don't know about Bovada. I think it's mainly Poker Stars. But back in the day, like, I mean, there was so much money on these poker sites. It was hundreds of millions. And I mean, both sites started, Full Tilt started so small back when Party Poker was around, and the sites just got so huge, hundreds of millions. So it was possible to really make a living playing online poker, and a decent one. But on Bovada, I mean, there's just not probably enough money on the site. So I can't imagine anybody really making a living playing these games, though I guess it is possible. If you live in like Ukraine, but then you might as well be playing Poker Stars. Let's go, buddy. Just a min raise, no big deal. Oh, and he min re-raised me back. So, I mean, I got a call, but come on, don't give me anything good. You know, he probably had jack shit. Right again. Oh, it could be worse. A lot of times, these guys will call with queens in their hands, like king, queen. But I'm going to continuation bet it. I get some quick folds. There we go. I mean, my hand was just pretty strong, and there's a lot of cards that come out that I don't like. So far in this $5 tournament, everything's going pretty well. Now let's peel one up here. Why not? Now this is a pretty good board because if he doesn't have a king, he's definitely folding. They never seem to believe the check raise. I don't know why. You know, that's not the worst spot to check raise because if he doesn't have a king, he could even have pocket queens and not like his hand. But no reason to get too crazy. And my 5-4 suited got nothing. Let's say I didn't have queen 7 suited and I had something just like a little bit better. Maybe with some draws or some backdoors or some pairs. Way more inclined to maybe check raise on a bluff. But no reason there. Even though it would have worked a pretty good amount of time. Here's one. I'm going to bet this one. I'm just going to put them all in because it looks like I don't like my hand. Please call with a 10. Make a spazzy call with a 10. And he folded. I mean, if he called on the flop with whatever he had in a limp pot, nothing really changed on the turn, so he's probably pretty inclined to make another call on the turn. So we might as well just go all in. And we're on a break over there. Anyway, hope you guys are enjoying it. If you're here on YouTube or Twitter or wherever, leave a message. I'm just playing 2 poker tournaments. First time doing live poker on YouTube. This is just kind of a little test run. And I think I'm going to be playing a poker tournament when I do my Kings broadcast. When I do play-by-plays of LA sports teams. I mean, I suck at hockey. I don't know much. And there's a lot of downtime. So I think I'm going to do a poker tournament every Kings game, and who knows, maybe it'll be more fun for me, that's for sure. So this is a little test run. Glad you're here. And yeah, the tournament on the right is a $5 buy-in. And we jumped in late. and we had 3,000 chips when the blinds were 75, 150. Got it up to 10,000, and then the one on the left is the bigger of the two by far. Start off with 10,000 in chips, and that's a 3,000 guaranteed. And yeah, there's I'm not gonna buy a house. But I mean, there are some decent tournaments on Bovada. I kind of thought today was Sunday when I jumped on. But there are decent tournaments on Bovada, and they're all pretty easy. So I mean, I highly recommend if you do like poker and you are in America, try Bovada. I mean, this guy limping. I mean, that's kind of strong. You know what? I'm gonna raise these jackasses up. These guys love limping in with like low pairs. So even 8-7 is probably 50-50, like, to at least one of these hands. Oh, and he limp raised me, which means that's a good hand. So that's like the one time where you can't really raise up limpers. I mean, when they have kind of a small stack like that and they limp in, it's, sometimes it is stronger because they do check raise with the good ones. So, gave away 1,000 chips. But, oh gosh, now he's doing it again. I'm just going to call. This is a terrible play. Let's just hope both these guys behind me fold. Okay, now it's not so bad. I highly doubt this guy's limping in with a king in his hand. Maybe like king 10. Alright, I'm going to raise him again. Because it looks like I got a good hand because this guy could go all in. He's definitely got something. I'm going to bet it. Man, now I'm giving away all my money. Same guy. What a jackass. Alright, well, mess that one up. That's what you get for messing around with terrible hands. Lost half my chips. 2 hands. Alright, now I'm going to slow down a little bit. Well, now you see what not to do. But I guess if he does have a good king, or a good hand, he's not going to check raise me on the flop. Anyways, too bad I didn't check behind and try to get my free gutter for a straight. And who knows? I mean, I was pretty close to having the odds for it anyway. But I can definitely bet that flop because it looks stronger because the big blind, if he had a king, he's just going to go all in, and I mean, there's no fold equity. But I definitely do not need to be firing on the turn. Now that I think about it, probably should have taken the free card. And he's shown a propensity to slow play and then go all in. So I was kind of asking for it. Anyway, thanks for being here. I'm going to make mistakes. But I don't even know if that counts as a mistake. That's just plain stupid. And how do I check to see if people are on Twitter? See if people are coming on Twitter for poker stuff. Let's take a look. And you know what? When I'm playing this $5 tournament that's way smaller, I'm just kind of maybe testing stuff, seeing what works, seeing what doesn't, playing loosey-goosey, seeing how they're playing. Give me some information for the one over to the left. Or that's what you can tell yourself when you make stupid plays. Alright, now I gotta find Periscope. You know what? I'm gonna min raise it. One thing is, they'll never put you on 9-8 of clubs when you do that. And if this guy goes all in, you know what, that's not so bad. And I got ace king over to the left. Well, this isn't that bad because if he doesn't have an ace, he's gonna fold. But they do like calling with ace queens, king queens, those types of hands. But if he has a low pair, he's gonna instantly fold. So I gotta bet. Definitely gonna raise this guy. I'm gonna make it a little bit bigger. Oh, gosh, he's got queen. Giving away my chips. And I guess I have to fold ace king, even though I don't want to. What could he possibly have? And if he had like a low pair, would he just go all in? But they do that on Bovada, so I'm gonna fold. But so man, these turned around on me real quick. But yeah, he's gonna have a pair there a decent amount of the time. And now I have ace 10. Definitely gonna raise up this limper. All right, well that's a pretty good flop. And he folded. What a shocker. Oh, now I got ace king again. And man, I was doing way better in this tournament over here. I'm gonna bet this one really small. Somebody might float with a 10 and then fold on the turn. Oh, and he min raised me. So let's hope I get a queen. And I'm folding. No, actually. And I'm just gonna go all in with these pocket 10s. Even though that is pretty strong to raise up a limper that doesn't have that many chips. Who knows? Let's hope he has pocket 9s. Oh, but I hit a 10, so that's a step in the right direction. Still in the tournament. 100K qualifier, 10 seats guaranteed. Anyway, so still back up to 8,200. But yeah, when they raise up limpers, like the guy only had 3,000, it's pretty strong. So going all in with pocket 10s is pretty risky because one, that's a pretty strong play. You're gonna have ace king, he's gonna have hands that beat you, like kings, but also the guy limping under the gun with no chips could be limping with aces. So it's it's kind of risky, but it's a $5 tournament, and I've seen people playing kind of crazy. And this guy's thinking, what the hell do I have to do? And pocket kings, guy's got 10s, just flops a 10. And now he's just going all in every hand. So let's hope we get aces coming up. Hey, babe. So much. Min raising queen 10 offsuit from under the gun, probably not great. All these people could have hands, and then this guy in the big blind just keeps on shipping, so he's probably going to go all in. And if somebody does have like aces, I mean, if this guy had aces, he would just, but he folded. There we go, taking down some blinds. And in this $5 tournament, the only real bad play that I've made so far was that second barrel for 2,000. When I had the gutter for the nuts. Oh, well, that's a pretty good flop for ace jack. Unless somebody has ace queen, which is definitely a possibility. But they don't. Sometimes you can check that if people are just like kind of betting willy-nilly, because a guy on the button will like always bet on the button, especially if he's one of those kind of guys. So you can play that coyly, but I'd rather just start charging an ace right off the bat. I'll just call this jackass. Queen or 6. Queen or 6. No, didn't need to call that. But it would have been nice to have another 4,300. I mean, Queen 6 is definitely losing there. I mean, I think Queen 6 is the average hand in poker. So if a guy is going all in, he's going to have better than Queen 6. That was a bad call. And look at this. Had no chips, might even get a stack. Guess not. And this guy's thinking, what the hell do I have to do? So yeah, just testing the... I mean, I've never done this before, and you'd be surprised how much more difficult it is to stream and do this kind of thing than you would think. You see it on the internet, you're like, oh, that's so easy. Somebody's doing that. It's a simple video. Well, yeah, it's a simple video, but it's still not easy. You have to get OBS software. You have to, like, you know, you just have to kind of know computers, and you just have to do it a couple times. So this is a little bit of a test run, see how it goes, seeing what platforms like it and what platforms don't. These are small tournaments, and the only thing that I would play are small tournaments. I live in America, so people wouldn't watch to for the excitement. That is for sure. Maybe I gotta work on my jokes. No, I'm gonna unclick that. Ooh, almost had check fold on. Almost missed a limp pot. Oh, but then that guy min raised. See, that's what I do all the time. What did I have? How do I sit? I wish I could sit at the bottom. I mean, didn't I have something around a 7 and a 5? I think I had a 5. Or a 7. I don't know. Oh, I'm gonna be losing to that guy. This is probably a bad call. I mean, this is the guy that's kind of been messing with me, so I didn't want to raise up a limper. Anyway, let's hope nobody else raises. And then, you know what? I probably don't want to see an ace. Give me a bunch of twos. Bunch of twos. Now, people always limp in with 10 jack, but I gotta bet it. That's not a very good card. I mean, even if somebody did limp in with 10 jack, I hate to check raise the whole table when somebody could easily have king queen. I guess betting the ace wouldn't be too bad if you thought that maybe somebody had 10 jack. Anyway, give me a 2 or an ace. Give me something. I mean, if I would have raised up that limper with ace 2 and these guys would have folded, the whole hand changes. So, you know, that's probably why you shouldn't be limping with ace 2 there. I mean, maybe if you're on the button. And if you could hear that in the background, that's Harry Potter. But I'm not watching. I mean, honestly. I'm very disappointed that today is not Sunday. I thought it was Sunday when I woke up. Football, poker would have been great. I'm back. Alright, I gotta call my mom real quick, everybody. Might need to go check on the dog. This is a pretty decent re-raise because if he has like ace queen, and we break it, he's gonna fold on a lot of flops. So watch this. Even though maybe this is a little crazy, but if we both brick, if he has a hand like ace queen and we both brick, he's gonna be folding on like all the flops. It just looked really strong. Everybody fold. He's just in a really tough spot no matter what he has. Low pair, ace queen. I mean, ace king, he goes all in. That's kind of the only problem. And then I might run into a bigger hand. Well, that's a good flop. I never believe you when you bet 1,000. Now, if he has ace queen, that sucks. But that's why I did that. Oh, he folded. He just expects you to make a continuation bet. If you check it, it just kind of looks shady. I'll do this one. A little bit different, just to throw them off. And once again, if somebody calls with ace queen or ace jack or ace 10, a lot of the flops we're going to be bricking and they're going to be folding. So not the worst to be raising that ace 3 there. I probably should have bet that flop. I mean, what could they possibly have? I mean, low pairs are really it. I guess now we'll take a 2. Could my ace high ever be good? That would be nice. I mean, this is why you gotta be betting that flop. If I had more chips, I wouldn't. And the reason I raised that is if we all bricked it, they would fold. Try it again. Well, I don't want to see a heart. Maybe I can give myself my own price. Well, at least the heart didn't come. Nope, he's definitely got king 10 or king jack. King 5, king jack. Alright, you know what? My queen was no good. And let's just lose to this guy. Oh man, I think it plays. That's awesome. Alright, well, still in these tournaments. And you know what? When they both call, those are strong calls. Maybe I don't want to give myself a price with that queen 10. That jack was a terrible card, actually. Oh, let's call this one. Get a little crazy. That jack was a terrible card. Should not have bet that $12.50 on the turn in my $10 tournament, the one that I care about. And then possibly my 10 isn't even good anymore if somebody flopped an open ender. Damn it. And that's why you can't be calling with 10 jack suited. That's why you gotta be calling with 10 jack suited. Man, everybody sees these flops when you min raise. Okay, when you min raise it, everybody sees the flop. Gotta remember that. Alright, well, that could be worse. That's a very strong play. Why would he do that? Because he's got a 9, so I got 2 overs and an open ender. I'm just going to go all in. Please fold a 9. Please fold a 9. Called with an 8. Yeah, but I hit it straight anyway. But yeah, I didn't think he would call with an 8. I thought maybe he'd fold a 9, like a crappy 9. So yeah, good call from that guy. And every time they just bomb it lead like that, it's never an awesome hand. It's always like what they had. So that's why I did that. So, what a pot. He didn't need to do that. He didn't need to bomb it or call. So there we go. In the $5 tournament. Got it up. And that's cool because I was all in with pocket 10s versus pocket kings. And maybe I can see this flop. Come on. Just check it, buddy. Just check it. And he's raising just about any 2, so. But you just can't call there. Not doing very well in the $10 tournament. I'm probably going to call this. I'm just going to call him. I like it. There we go. Up to 20,000. I mean, I was getting some super sweet price to call that, and it was still probably pretty borderline to call. So, yeah. If it would have folded around to the small blind and he went all in, I definitely wouldn't have called. I probably should have raised him up, but I'm also willing to call a raise. That's pretty good. Definitely gonna bet it. I'm definitely gonna bet it again. King 10 over here, min raising it. Yeah, that ace was no good if I was getting value calls from like a 10. All right, King 10, nobody raised. Nobody raised. I'm okay with that. Damn it. That's annoying. So maybe it'll get a little bit spewy. I'm gonna do something a little awkward here because they always maybe getting a little spewy in my $10 tournament. I gotta raise up King 10. Oh, but now I got pocket jacks, so let's see if we can lose with pocket jacks. Ooh, top 2 again. I'm gonna min raise the jacks. They just won't believe me. Well, I guess I call. Come on, pocket jacks, do something good. Do something good. That is a very good flop with pocket jacks. Too bad he didn't get crazy. Oh, well, at least I have the good spot on this table. I cannot believe that guy didn't re-raise with ace-queen. Like, you gotta be re-raising there all day. And he got a little bit scared because we were a little bit deeper. He's like, you know what, I'm just gonna call and see this flop. And man, they love leading with top pair. Every single time somebody's led from the blinds like that, it's always been top pair or second pair. So when I did it, I'm not going to do what everybody else does. So I'm not leading from the blinds with top pair anymore. But I got it up to 30,000, so that's cool. Too bad the winner of this tournament gets like 167 bucks. And there's how many people left? 41 players left. Hate to get all my luckiness out of the way on a $5 tournament. 500 guaranteed. Give me something good. If nobody has a heart or a king, they're just going to instantly fold. No, everybody loves leading with top pair, so I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna represent a king. Nobody has a king or a heart, they're instantly folding. There we go. Taking down pots. And I just don't want to play a hand against this guy. I was gonna fold if I wasn't gonna limp in with 3-8 offsuit. Just gonna fold. We got too many chips. He's gonna raise it up. And he's gonna win with pocket sevens. And my 6-8, or no, what did I have? 8-3? But either way, he's gonna raise it up. And look at this. People are just going all in crazy, but I want to get a huge stack in my $10 tournament. Goodness gracious. I do like the fact that this guy's got 32,000. That's kind of nice. This guy just went all in kind of crazy with... You know, let's just limp in. Let's get a little bit crazy. Can't imagine either of these guys checking a queen, so I'm just going to bet it. Give me a king. Now I'm folding. I'm going to fold the queen jack offsuit. It's just not good enough. Look at that, ace-7. Man, see? I wonder what he was calling for. That's just stupid. I mean, I bet 80 or bet 800. He calls with ace-7. The guy check min raises, which is the strongest play in the world. He check min raised 2 people, and then he just goes all in, and he still had outs. so now, what's up, everybody? Are people watching? What is up? Nobody's watching on Facebook. Oh, I think it stopped. I think it stopped working. Anyway, nobody's watching on Facebook. People are watching on Twitch. Somebody's watching on Twitch. 2 people are watching on YouTube. I guess some people are paying attention. What's up, guys? If you see that I'm doing something wrong, make sure you let me know. I think I might have forgot to put a title on my YouTube video. I forgot to put a title on my YouTube video. Let me just take a look. That would be stupid. Yep. Nobody's... Didn't put a title. Oh, here we go. Oh. Nope. No title, no tags, no nothing. That was stupid. Man, that was dumb. Alright, well, live and learn. Gonna finish my Facebook, because that didn't really work. Just gonna stop with the Facebook. Gonna fold the 10-7. No reason to play that. Oh, and I have aces in the tournament that I want to do well in. So here we go, guys. Let's get excited. Got pocket aces. Somebody go all in. Somebody go all in. Go all in, buddy. All in. I guess I got to raise. All in. Well, that's got to be a good flop. I'm just going to bet it huge. Like, I'm going to bet it small, like I might fold. Oh, well, that's a good card. And I'm just going to go all in. Just call it. You got so much in there. I don't have an ace. I thought maybe you could have queen jack. You know what? Maybe I didn't need to go all in. Damn it. Maybe I don't know. I didn't want to give up a free card. And maybe missed out on 2,200 chips. If I check it to him, he might just put me all in. I should have just went all in on the flop. And I'm not going to call that. Yeah, I should have went all in on the flop when I had the... oh, and I had 2 overs on both of them. What the hell? I probably should have just went all in on that flop. Because if he's limping in with like a pair, he's gonna like the flop. He might call with a pair. He's not gonna float with king queen. He's not gonna float with like 10 jack. He's not gonna float with those kind of hands. So if he's got a pair and he likes it, he's gonna do it then. And then I should have called with the king jack. Ooh, I kind of like this guy with 30,000 calling. That's cool. Let's just hope this guy doesn't limp raise all in. That's definitely aces. And you have a queen. I just don't believe you. He does have a queen. Man, maybe he didn't need to call on the turn. I'm getting screwed all over the place. But yeah, people love calling with king queen and ace queen in position to those raises. But for some reason I just didn't quite believe him on that. When they bet fast and kind of bomb them like that, it's always top pair. How much did I lose? I lost. Man, that's annoying. 2,200. I lost 6,000 that I didn't need to. But when he checked it, I'm like, oh man, he's checking it. Man, 30,000 looked so much better than 21,000. And when I had those aces over on the left, and then the ace came out on the turn, I should have checked it. Because if he's going to try to bluff me, if he has absolutely nothing, he's going to try to bluff me. Should have checked that ace. It's not like he's going to have an open-ender or any kind of a draw on that board. Definitely should have checked the turn, especially after I bet 900 like an idiot. And do I raise up 6? Nope, just the way the chip stacks are. I don't really like it. I mean, I love raising up suited connectors from out of position, but in that spot, didn't like it. And these guys are playing pretty spewy and making big calls and stuff. So you might as well conserve your chips in that spot. And man, maybe I could have folded those 10s on the turn. But man, he checked it so fast on the river with queen jack. So we know that he's playing a little bit scared money. Because I'm certainly not check calling with king queen or ace queen. I don't know what he thought that he could have. He probably should have been betting. He probably shouldn't have been betting so much, so he didn't have such a big decision. Either way. And now we know this guy he's playing a little scared money. But yeah, start out with 3,000 chips. Blinds were 75, 150. Had it up to 30,000. It just looked so much better. I'm upset. That's ace-6 suited is looking pretty good if it gets folded around to like the button of the small blind. Or in a limp pot. Not hating that ace-6 suited on the left. I'm definitely gonna call this one, play a pot with him. If you do raise it small. Make it like 2,500. Five. Don't like that card. But I'm gonna fold the ace-6 of hearts there. And the only thing I could really do is go all in. But these guys do seem to be calling everything. And man, I liked my stack so much better at 30,000. When he bombs the 4,000 on the turn, on the queen high board when I have 10s, when he bombs that turn, it's gonna be a queen more often than a flush draw there I think. Oh man, look at this guy, check min raising. That's crazy. I mean, that's gotta be like king 10. It's gotta be something good. Or just a crazy bluff with queen jack. Oh, and then he checks it and the guy min bets. Man, this guy's gotta have pocket kings is what he's got. Who knows? Man, what on earth? And then, man, what are these guys doing? That guy's got to have a good hand. Give me something good. Wait, what should I do with it? Oh, I can save it. The eggs and the meat. Start using what? Start using knives to stir the coffee? Oh, because I'm using all the spoons? Oh, I get it. Yeah, I can totally do that. Hey mom, how's it going? So have you left? Oh, nice. What time are you leaving? Okay. So what exactly when are you coming back? Nice. So I just gotta, stop by the house once a day, feed the dog, check on her. Okay. Okay. What box? Oh, it's out in front of the building. So everybody's in the building has their garbage out in front. Oh, so I gotta remember to bring it in if. And which one's yours? Is it like a free for all, or do people have their own? Okay, that sounds good. I can do that. Oh, it's gonna be fun. Oh, that's awesome. Okay. Ludwig's good. Everything's going good. Oh yeah, I loved him. Oh yeah, yeah, that made him way cooler. Yep. Oh no, no, not yet. Nope. No, not yet. I think it might come today, but I have to go. I'm actually in the middle of playing an online poker tournament, of all things. Yep. Okay. Bye. Oh man, you guys see that Queen 5? That was annoying. What can you do? But yeah, that Queen 5 was pretty annoying, and now my 30,000 stack is not looking even close to as good. And does he have a queen? Man, all the way down to 10,000. That's annoying. My Queen 10, my Ace 10 is probably not good on that flop. Well, don't worry, I'll get it back, people. But yeah, starting to get some shorter stacks in both my tournaments. Oh, at least this one's limped. Give me something good. If everybody folds, I'm going to go all in. You want to steal those blinds, and 8-9 clubs is not bad against anything he's really calling with. and he folded. But yeah, I had it up to 30,000, one bad pot, then a cooler with queen 5, and then, yeah. At least I'm still in both tournaments. Yep, and people were watching for a little bit, but you know, this must be pretty boring. I gotta step up my poker streaming game. Ooh, that's a big check raise all in. Haven't had any really good cards for a little while. But yeah, I went on a good run in this $5 tournament, and then nothing since. You know what? I think I'm gonna go all in with this 9-10 suited. Blinds are gonna go up soon. Maybe I'll get some folds. I can easily win. It just gives you so much more wiggle room. Give me something good. And this is kind of a pretty big pot they're playing over here. Are they both on flush draws? Alright, so playing some online poker, listening to Harry Potter, and that Harry Potter tune, like, dun, 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 like kind of the Harry Potter tune, the famous one, like every time I hear it the first time, I'm like, oh man, that really is a catchy tune. But if you've been listening to it nonstop for the last couple days, you know, not quite as good. Alright, give me something good. Give me something good. Well, I hope you guys are learning something, or, you know, maybe I can learn something about whether or not people watch this. But yeah, it's definitely something that I can do while watching the Kings game. Oh, can I make this smaller? Can you guys see that? That's definitely something I can do while watching the Kings game. Or while doing the Kings game. Look at these guys getting all in. Give me something good. How many people are left in the $5 tournament? There is 33 players left, and the average is 14,000. So, you know, not too bad, not too far away from the average, but 30,000 looked so much better, and just gives you, it's just so much easier to dominate when you got a huge chip stack. Like if I was this guy right now, I would be killing it. Like when you got 10,000 in this spot, you really what can you do? Steal blinds everywhere. What can you do? And look at this guy leading. Probably means he has a queen because that's been a queen every single time we've seen that. And watch him check it now. It's got to be a queen. Or maybe an 8. I don't know. They seem to love leading those top pairs when they bomb it like that. Yep, it's a queen. What a shocker. Something good. Man, look at there's still 204 people in this tournament, so this one is obviously way bigger. If I led the queen and then it paired up on the turn like that, I would never check it. Because I just wouldn't check it. If I had pocket kings in the other guy's spot and I slow played it and then the queen came, I'd be way more inclined to think that the guy had a queen if he checked it than if he bombed it. Is that Alan Rickman? Yeah. Oh, nice. Ooh, that's a good flop. Raise me up, please. Raise me up. Ooh, and pocket 8's over here. Please have king queen. Please have king queen. Dang it. Oh, definitely gonna go. Oh, finally get pocket 8's. They all fold. I was about to say, I'm definitely getting all in against all these guys. But yeah, when I have the ace queen on that queen high board, I'm not too scared of like pair cards coming, like a king or anything. But it just, you know, if you check it to him, he might take one stab at it with nothing. You know, he's thinking, oh, okay, well, this guy checked it to me. I'm on the button. I'll take one stab at it. And it's just, all you can really get is that one bet. And let's say that he does take a stab at it with that one small bet. And then I'm like, okay, well, I'll just call. It just, you get in a weird spot. You're better off just betting it there, charging for somebody else having a queen, him thinking maybe my 10s are good. I don't know, you're better off betting it. Especially if you're willing to get all in. I could bet and give myself a decent price, but I'm going to try to get it for free. Give me a 5. One time. Give me a 5. I'm going to go all in. Oh, I hit a straight. Nice. There we go. I'll take it. And that's the one I want to do good in. And how is he going to have top pair there? Goodness gracious. Queen 9. Limping in the queen 9. Didn't see that coming. Now this would be a good one to bluff, because if nobody has an ace. But yeah, somebody might have a king. But yeah, like let's say this guy would have bet. More inclined to have, if this guy bet, to raise him. I mean, if this guy bets it on the button and I raise him, he's less inclined to think I have a 2. But let's say this guy would have limped in and then bet that flop, and I would have check raised him. It would have been a good play because he would possibly put me on the 2. If he doesn't have an ace, he's folding. There's nothing he could really have. I mean, it's probably got the king, which is the crappy part. But yeah, at least I got 15,000 in the tournament. I want to have 15,000 in. That was a pretty sweet river. And the one reason why that check raise all in not great is because I don't have overcards. And you know, I was thinking maybe he could fold second pair. But no, he's not going to be folding top pair in that spot. He's either got me beat and I have what I have, or I got him smoked with like king 9. Can't raise that because it's such a weird spot. I can't like call it all in. Anyway, that's a jack 8 is not a good spot to steal blinds in that spot. Ooh, pocket 8s. I'm just gonna do a spazzy all in because he might call me with pocket 7s or a lower pair. Watch, they love limping in with low pairs. Call me with a low pair. Call me with a low pair, and everybody else fold. Call me with a low pair. Call me with a low pair. Pocket 2s, just do it. Hero call with pocket 2s, just do it. No, he's not doing it. He's going to be folding a lot of overs like king, queen, and 10 jack, and all those overcards. He's going to be folding them. The only hand that he's going to be making hero calls with are those low pairs. So unless he's limping in with a higher pair, which is unlikely, I mean, it's just a good play. You guys should be doing that every single time. And you'll be surprised how often you'll have a stack like that and call with pocket 2s trying to be a badass. He want it, dude. That is for sure. Let me see if I can find. I wonder how I changed my thumbnail, so it's not my thumbnail, and it's just what this looks like. And I never knew what a highlight is. What's a highlight? No idea. What I want is that picture that I have on. I got an idea. This is what I'll do. I'll go like this. Now, I'm just testing stuff out here, so I'm gonna get a screenshot of me doing this. Ain't that? Oh, wrong one. Get a screenshot of me doing this. I'll just do it like this. Get a screenshot. Alright, now I'm gonna upload that. Oh, see if I got anything. Nothing. And you know what? I can't even fold that one. Alright, so now if you look, I've changed my thumbnail on the fly. I can do that. Good to know. Back to my tournaments. But yeah, you know what? This is... I'm not going to say it's boring. Ooh, maybe I should do that. You know what? I like it better like that. Give me something good. Kind of got some weird in-between stacks where I can't really like play loosey-goosey pre-flop and try to steal some blinds and outplay people. I gotta like get double my stacks in both tournaments if I want to do that. But it really makes it so much easier. And I'm just happy I hit that 10 on the river. Not getting anything good. I think the blinds are going up way faster in the one on the left than they are on the one on the right. Because this one you start out with 3,000 and the one on the left 10,000. So yeah, well I kind of understand the structure. It's like a little bit more of a speed tournament, but not really. Give me something good. That's not good. Man, these guys just love bombing. I mean, if he has an ace, what is he bombing for? I guess if the other guy has an ace or a draw, I don't know. But these guys just love bombing their top pairs. This guy's got to have ace queen. That's got to be ace queen. There's nothing else it could be. Ace king, ace queen. Man, that's why you bomb ace king, so you charge ace queen when you're super deep. That makes a lot of sense. But yeah, if I had ace king in that spot, I wouldn't think to do that. But it really worked out well. Now I know. And sure enough, he just charged the crap out of him. I had 10-7. This one I can raise up. That is like a minimum re-raise. Terrible flop. Well, could be worse. Please give me this hand. That'd be nice. We have like jacks or queens. Alright, sweet turn. Saw it for free. He didn't bet that ace high board because let's say he did have queens or jacks or one of the bigger pairs, the types of hands that people min re-raise kind of medium stackers with. He still thinks he's ahead with queens. He's like, oh, I don't want to risk it. He's got a weird looking stack because he'll go all in. My queens could still be good. I'll check it behind. And he definitely had like something like queens. Oh, and I got aces in my $5 tournament, but yeah, I'd much rather have it up here on the left. I won't complain. Go all in, buddy. That I'll take. Ooh, three-way all in. When I got aces. Ooh, and I got aces in the good one. This is pretty fun. You know what? I'll even take a four-way all in. Why not? It's a $5 tournament. I'm going to call this and hope that he raises all in. And you know, what can he do there? Even if my kings would have won. Go all in 17,000. Go all in 17,000. Oh. Definitely going to bet this one. Man, why didn't I just... Well, maybe I didn't play those aces, right? But I got... Oh, and I'm out of... My pocket aces lost to both players. And I had to dodge a heart, a king, all sorts of stuff. I'm definitely going to raise up this guy. What is he limping in with 33,000? It can't be that good. So I guess I can fold get out of this table. Well, that was a little bit disappointed in the $5 tournament. But, you know, only $5. And it was a huge pot. So, gotta get this. And I gotta hit circle. Bam. Yeah, it was only $5. And it was a three-way all-in. And I've won some lucky hands. I've won more hands than I've lost since I've sat down here, so I'm not gonna complain. Really wish that I won though. It would have been sweet to have big stacks in both tournaments. Let's take a look. How many people are left in this one? Go with ace 5. Oh, my king 3. I would have been good on the flop. And he's limping in with 33,000 with ace jack of hearts. And you know what? I wouldn't have seen that coming. I just want this guy to fold. Just fold it with 5,600. All right, I'll take anything else. Well, let's hope I can win this tournament. That would make me happy. Yeah, well, what should we do with our time? Now we have way more time. I guess we could read the news. All right, let's take a look. Protests in Iran stretch into third day despite government warnings. Let's take a look at this one. And it's cool how on the computer, Washington Post doesn't make you pay to read the articles, which is kind of annoying because Washington Post, they don't even give you like 10 free articles a month like the New York Times. Just always got to pay, and it always pops up first on my phone. But anyway, that's one of the pluses. Istanbul anti-government protests spurred by economic woes hit Iran for a third straight day Saturday, news agencies and social media reports said, in what has quickly emerged as a significant challenge to the administration of President Hassan Rouhani. Demonstrators protesting price hikes and high unemployment turned out in cities and towns across the country, taking aim not only at Rouhani's economic policies, but also targeting the cleric-ruled government in an extraordinary display of public dissent. Videos posted online Saturday purportedly showed demonstrators everywhere from the capital Tehran to Kermanshah in the west and Ifbasa in central Iran. Protesters were seen fling volleys of tear gas, tearing down posters of Supreme Leader Ayatollah Khamenei, who holds absolute authority in Iran. Well, that's just crazy. During the Arab Spring a few years ago, it was mainly the Arab Spring, and the Arabs are, for the most part, tend to be more Sunnis, like Iraq and Yemen. Anyway, tend to be more Sunnis, and the Shias, and especially Iran, there was nothing really bad. And to me at the time, I'm like, oh man, well maybe Iran is a little bit better. I don't know. For some reason, to me that kind of pointed in the right direction. Like, okay, maybe Iran could be better for the people, but it seems like they're pretty pissed, and they definitely rule with an iron fist. And it's just kind of annoying if let's say you're a woman, so that's like half the population. If you have to wear a headscarf everywhere, I mean, I'm sure the headscarf isn't that big of a deal, but I mean, if they're that authoritarian, imagine everything down or up from that. I mean, if that's one of the things, it sounds pretty terrible. Here we go, King Queen. Elsewhere, in footage that cannot be verified, demonstrators appeared to break into and occupy the governor's Yeah, ever since the occupying thing, occupying has been much more popular. Raise up this King Queen. Stealing blinds. Officials warned Saturday that citizens should stay away from illegal gatherings, and the government lashed out at the Trump administration following a Friday night Twitter post by the president in support. Well, the one thing that we know about Trump and Twitter is that it really doesn't mean much. He's just talking. So I'm sure. I'm sure they can't be that mad about it. Pocket fives is a pretty tough spot to be in. Gonna need a 5. Gonna need a 5. Gonna need a 5 real bad. Nope, didn't get a 5. Though that isn't the worst flop in there. Maybe I could bet like 6,200. What were those 3 people in there? No reason to risk it. Maybe I can get a 5 on the turn. Ugh, now I'm definitely losing to maybe even 2 people. I mean, this guy right here could have a queen. Let's hope all 3 of them have king, jack, and everybody breaks. But people love calling in position with king, queen, and ace, queen. You know what? This could be one that I bet. And who could have ace, king? You know, let's try to steal this one. Oh, what the hell? Oh, we had king 9. Alright, see, that's one I should have bet on the flop. I played that one bad, people. It definitely did not need to bet 6,000 on that river, though most of the time, I mean, I was more worried about a flush than I was of king 9. 72,000, way to go, buddy. Just gave him 6,000. But yeah, that's a good river to bet because, I mean, no one's really going to have ace king. And let's say somebody would have had a flush draw, and it was being checked around. I can totally see somebody with a flush draw and a multi-way pot just checking it. I should have bet the flop with the pocket 5s. And the only hand that somebody was calling with was with like a 10, like king 10, ace 10, something like that, or a low set. There's nothing else they could have. So I lost 8,000 chips with pocket 5s. Way to go, Devin. Well, I guess I'll limp in. Only lost 500. Kind of feel him out a little bit. There we go. We got $1,000 guaranteed turbo. Give me something good. Man, I like my stack way better with 6,000. 26,000 would look so much better. Now let's just try to get this guy one-on-one. He's really limping in with a good ace. That could be calling with like ace jack or ace queen. That's definitely a king. Alright, go in the other direction. Man, just losing pots. But I should have 6,000 more. Iran, quote, alright, back to the article. Iran, quote, does not pay attention to the opportunistic claims made by U.S. officials, state media quoted. He added that Iranians could see through Trump's hypocritical support for the protests. Trump posted another tweet on Saturday saying the entire world understands that the good people of Iran want change. Iran's people are what their leaders fear the most, he said. Rouhani, a moderate, was reelected in May, but he has failed to deliver on promises and revived the economy. He said would soar. You know, you can't really claim the economy will soar in your elections or in your campaign, because you know what, it might not soar. But we've had economic sanctions against them for so long. I thought that they got hooked up a little bit once they signed the nuclear deal. I thought things were getting a little bit better in terms of their economy, but I guess not. Things are not working out economically for ordinary Iranians, said Alex. Well, the same thing's happening all over the world. It happened in America. We are getting to a world where classes aren't so much based on your ethnic background or your race, or class is based on, it's an intellectual class. You have the intellectual class of people, and then you have everybody else. So anybody that's working on computers, I mean, there are certain people in this world, no matter how much they tried, they could not be a software engineer. They just couldn't do it. So as we go forward, we're just going to see this divide happen even more. Where just the smart people, the intellectual overclass is going to keep on getting richer, and everybody else is just going to kind of stay in the same spot. And I'm sure if that's happening here, which it is, I mean, there's no more coal jobs. I mean, what are these people in the middle of the country supposed to do? And, I mean, they can't work at stores. Amazon's going to drone it to everybody. I mean, it's happening everywhere. But I'm sure in Iran, it's even worse. Oh, and I got Ace Jack. And I think I'm just going to go all in, because I don't want somebody to ship over the top of me. I'm just going to go all in. Win me a pot. But if I get called, I'm probably beat. With Ace Queen or Ace Jack. Man, really wish I would have won with those aces in the $5 tournament. It just made it more fun when there were two of them. Oh, you guys can't see what I have. I had Ace Jack. There we go. You know, you guys all probably left. Wait, what happened to my YouTube window? Am I still... I'm gonna make this bigger. I'm gonna redo this. There we go. Redo my thumbnail. Anyway, next time I'll make this a little bit more fun, I promise. And if I'm doing the Kings game at the same time, it'll be way better. Here we go. Let's just try to go out of this tournament at least. This little test run of playing Bovada. Definitely taking a little longer than I thought. And man, that was a pretty sweet check from that guy with the ace on the river. That's a pretty sweet value. Let's take a look at the tournament lobby. There are 157 players left. Average is 33,000. And the winner gets 1,000. Wow. You know what? I want to win this one. The winner gets $1,000. Man, that's crazy. And where does it say the prize pool? The total prize? Either way, $1,000 sounds pretty sweet for a $10 buy-in. 3K guaranteed. All right, you know, maybe I don't want to go out. I'll take a double up. All right, back to the news article. Oh, at least I can see this flop. Nope, can't see the flop. Pretty sneaky limp with pocket nines. I'll see this flop. He's got absolutely nothing. But when you got 80,000 chips, you can min bet. But for my first 2 tournaments on stream, you know, I've been going for a little bit. Sometimes you can just go out of these so fast. So even if I went out, no big deal. And on my one tournament, lost with aces 3 ways. And on this tournament, what happened? Oh yeah, I bet 6,000 with nothing. And then the guy had trip kings. My bluffs, like my my half pot size bluffs, and my bluffs haven't really been working on this session. But that's okay. I'm still kind of getting a feel for it. And now I have 10 big blinds. All right, I'm back to reading the news because one table, you know, when I played poker online for money, I was playing loads of tables. Like on Sunday, I would play like every single Sunday tournament on full tilt. It'd be like 8 of them, maybe even more. It'd be like 8 at one time. So we're reading the news. The root causes of the so anyway, things are not going good in Iran. Loads of protests. Everybody's mad at Rouhani, who said he was going to be helping out the economy when he was campaigning, was elected, and then no help on the economy. Indeed, Iranian state television largely ignored the demonstrations, instead airing footage of pro-government rallies marking the anniversary of the end of unrest in 2009. So that's so funny. Instead of showing the protests, they're showing the rallies at the end of protests in 2009. Back then, supporters of reformist presidential candidate challenged the re-election of hardliner president Mahmoud Ahmadinejad, sparking mass protests. They were crushed by Iranian security forces, and activists and dissidents were beaten and jailed. Later Saturday, state television finally acknowledged the anti-government protests, suggesting demonstrators had been manipulated by the counter-revolutionary forces into participating in unlawful. You know, they always say that. Whenever like somebody quits a job and they start spilling the beans, the employers always go, yeah, well, he wasn't even important here anyway. He was an intern. Yeah, well, these people are all manipulated. Still get nothing, and now I have under 10 big blinds. So, this might end pretty soon, people. Counter-revolutionary groups and foreign media are continuing their organized efforts to misuse the people's economic and livelihood problems All right, so there we go. Things are not good in Iran. Let's move on. Activist Erica Garner dies at 27 of a heart attack. Wow, that's no good. Dying of a heart attack at 27. That's why we all have to eat a little better. Alleged prank swatting call turns deadly with fatal police shooting of man in Kansas. Wow, this is why swatting, and just so everybody knows, anytime that you are talking with a cop or having any kind of an altercation with a cop, or you're getting pulled over by a cop, or you send cops to somebody's house, anytime there's a gun around and your life is in jeopardy, even when you get pulled over, your life is in jeopardy, because if you get crazy, that cop is just going to assume you're going to try to steal the gun and use it on him. So we got to watch out with the cops. And you know what? We love talking about, like, with the whole Black Lives Matter thing and all the cop stuff. You know what? If they really cared, when everybody's a kid, how about this? We teach everybody in public school, 1, how to get arrested. How do they not teach us how to get arrested when we're kids? And then 2, CPR. Seems like those 2 things would do the most good for the most people, because nobody knows how to get arrested. And my mom is one of these people. If she gets pulled over by a cop, she just turns into a different person. It's bad. Anyway, we're not gonna read that one, but don't mess around with the cops. How the Russia inquiry began, a campaign aid, drinks, and talk of political dirt. New York Times. Here we go. I just love this guy's name. During a night of heavy drinking at an upscale London bar in May 2016, George Papadopoulos, oh, damn it, they got me on an advertisement. Gotta hit continue. George Papadopoulos, a young foreign policy advisor to Trump campaign, made a startling revelation to Australia's top diplomat in Britain. Russia had political dirt on Hillary Clinton. About 3 weeks earlier, Mr. Papadopoulos had been told that the Moscow had thousands of emails that would embarrass Mrs. Clinton, apparently stolen in an effort to try to damage her campaign. Exactly how much Mr. Papadopoulos said that night at the Kensington wine room with the Australian is unclear, but 2 months later, when leaked Democratic emails began appearing online, Australian officials passed the information about Papadopoulos to their American counterparts. Oh, well, at least time to go all in with pocket nines. I mean, if this guy limps in with 8s, that would be the best. Limp in with 8s, buddy. Limp in with 8s. If Mr. Papadopoulos, who pleaded guilty to lying to the FBI and is now cooperating witness, was the just gonna go all in. Here we go, people. This might be the end. Thanks. If I lose, thanks for stopping by. I'll take a call from pocket 8s. I mean, my aces lost 3 ways in my other tournament, but this is the big one. It's actually amazing how big it is for a $10 tournament. Couple more. Just gotta dodge 1 more card. Let's do it. There we go. Doubled up with pocket 9s. Looks like we're gonna go back to reading the news. Give me something good. All right, here we go. Anyway, everyone's gonna get in trouble around Trump. If Trump gets in trouble, I'd be kind of surprised, but the FBI is pissed. So something happened. Anyway, Mike Pence's Colorado neighbors troll him with a "Make America Gay Again" banner. Now that's just funny. I had an ace. 2 men charged with murder in horrific quadruple homicide case in New York. Way to go, people in New York. Russia denies reports of North Korea sanctions breach. Frozen Falls attracts visitors despite cold. No, man, this is some boring news, and it always happens around the New Year's. It's almost like all that people that write news. New Year's proves that in order to have news, people need to write it. If everybody's not working, it happens every single year. Nothing happens. The John Benet Ramsey case from way back? Right around Christmas. Oh man, that's pretty interesting. All right, what's going on here in the tournament? Ace 3. Oh, that's pretty sweet. I think I had Ace 5. I'm just folding all these pots. I mean, I wouldn't like to cash in my first tournament. on a stream since I've been doing this. Let's take a look. How many people make the money? Not even close to the money. The top 63. Man, it's been going for 2 hours and 48 minutes. Man, I didn't really expect this to take so long. When I jumped on, I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna test this out, see if I can actually do it, see if it works. Because I'm on an iMac and didn't even know if Bovada could do Apple. But it can. You just have to, instead of opening the app in Finder, you have to control click it and then hit the open button. And I don't know why that works, but it works. Nonetheless, you're allowed to do Bovada on Apple. But Chromebook, they don't even care. They legit. Oh no, Chromebook, they don't have. What was it? Oh, PC. They let you do it instantly. But honestly, I miss my Chromebook more. The Chromebook is the best device ever made by humans for the price. And there's no question the iPhone 6 to me is the best device ever made by humans. But for the price, Chromebook is the best. And as soon as they can build that value into a phone, and it's a good price, Google's going to dominate the phone market. The Chromebook could literally do anything you wanted it to do, and faster. And I could do video editing with WeVideo. It's just crazy. And now they're letting me walk. But I'm very happy with this iMac. It's got 32 RAM, and I've never been a computer guy in my whole life until I started doing videos. 32 RAM, and I only got it for $700. It was used, so really happy with it. What are you gonna do, buddy? I'm gonna limp in with an ace, because they never think you limp in with an ace. So if he raises it and I call, it comes down with an ace, he just won't think that I have it. No club. Alright, well that's not the best card in the world. Oh, still one anyway. Usually people don't min bet and then double min bet with flush draws and they're doing semi bluffs. So actually the club wasn't the worst thing. If anything, that was a good card because he could have a king. And I could have maybe I could have bet really small and he just wanted to see what I had. Oh, look at this guy. 128,000. That's pretty sweet. That is a lot of chips. Let's see. 120. Yep, he's number one. Anyway, Nepal bars solo climbers from Mount Everest. Well, here's the thing: is ever since I've been a kid, every year somebody dies on Mount Everest. It's just dangerous. Give me a good flop. Just no big re-raises. That's the only thing I don't want to see. Like that. But you got to raise up Queen 10 in that spot. Alright, 2 security guards shot dead at off the strip mall and casino. Man, this has got to be the worst news day I've ever seen. Utah teacher fired for showing students classical paintings containing nudity. Well, I highly doubt that teacher got fired just for that. But if you want to fire, oh, I had A7. Maybe he would have slow played those aces. That would have been sweet. But if you want to, let's say that you are employed by somebody. And your employer is looking for a reason to fire you. They'll fire you for the most ridiculous stuff. It doesn't matter. So every time you hear one of those stories, it's not the complete story, and the guy was on thin ice anyway. Full moon names 2018 from wolf moons to cold moons. Huge dinosaur discovery in China stuns scientists. Now that sounds like a good one. And I do like these science articles the best. And I have done reading the news videos on YouTube before, just only reading the news, and they are by far the least watched videos that I make. But what's weird is that on Facebook, they get pretty good amount of views, and the Kings games that I do get the least on Facebook. So reading the news videos that has no title really other than reading the news gets more views than Kings hockey on Facebook. Weird. But yeah, on YouTube, nobody's watching them. Huge dinosaur discovery in China stuns scientists. Construction workers in China stumble across. Oh, they always get you on the ad. Return to site. Come on. Let's go. Just want to return to the site. Scientists have just found a cluster of dinosaur eggs in China that were perfectly preserved, and it's all thanks to construction workers who were building a new school. Authorities found up to 30 eggs in the area, which have been home to other dinosaur discoveries, and the eggs are an estimated 130 million years old. It's always amazing me how these fossils and eggs and this kind of stuff is still around. But if you just think about the numbers, like how many dinosaurs there were and the chances, I mean, there is going to be stuff that's crazily preserved. And we keep on finding it. Think of what we haven't found. Fortunately, the eggs survived despite the workers using explosives to break through a boulder, which led to the discovery. A worker noticed a nest of eggs and some shell fragments as the other workers took away the debris, and that resulted in a halt to operations so that experts could be called to the site. And now, if you are a building contractor and you find dinosaur bones on your site, you're pissed. You are super pissed. It's not quite clear what species the eggs belong to, as more study will need to be done to learn about them. Oh, ace queen. Oh man, these guys both got 150,000. You know, I'll take something good. Give me something good. You know, maybe not give me something good. Look how many people are in this pot. Man. That's so annoying. He's not even going to have that strong of a hand. He's going to have ace-king, though, a lot. What is this guy going to call with? Oh. That is so annoying. I mean, I would have lost. Ace jack. I mean that is. I knew that he would be willing to do that a little bit later. All right, back down to 27,000. Right when he did that, like when everybody started calling and the guy with 150,000 started calling, and I knew that somebody would be willing to do that light. That's super annoying because if I would have called, this guy would have folded, and he's the guy that hit the flush. Oh no, I would have lost anyway to ace jack because there's a jack out there. But still. The following is an excerpt from Wikipedia on the Ovira praetorosauria. The Oviraptorosaurus egg thief lizards are a group of feathered dinosaurs from the Cretaceous period of what is now Asia and North America. They are distinct for their characteristically short-beaked, parrot-like skulls, with or without bony crests atop of their head. They ranged in size from, which is the size of a turkey, to 8 meters long. So, wow. The group is close to the ancestors of birds. Analysis like those in Mariska in 2002 suggests that they may represent primitive flightless birds. You know, I was probably going to peel that flop. 7-5 of spades. Oh man, well if you got 167,000, you're winning some pots. I just want to get pocket aces and win a big one. $98 players left, and the top 63 get paid, so we're slowly but surely making our way to the money. And it would be nice to make the money in my first streamed tournament on YouTube. Man, at least we'll get to see what this guy's limping under the gun with that. Maybe we won't. Oh, he's definitely going to call both these guys. Unless he does have a super low pair. But King 9 of Hearts is looking pretty good. He's going to call both. He can't help it. He can't help it. Call with threes. There we go. Oh, pretty good call with pocket eights. It might work out. Nope. They always limp in with those low pairs. Alright, well, just playing some poker. Okay, well, anyway, they found usually these science ones are way more fun. The biggest rocket launches and space missions we're looking forward to in 2018. And these are always fun. And I like how we're finally starting to build bigger rockets. It's crazy to me. Oh, that's the Falcon 9 Heavy. It's crazy to me. They got a sweet image of the Falcon 9 Heavy. Let me see if I can bring this up. Bam. It's crazy to me how we built the biggest rockets so many years ago. The Saturn V, biggest rocket ever built by humans, like over 50 years ago, and we literally can't rebuild it even if we wanted to. So we were kind of having to start over again and building big rockets. And the main reason why that is because after we built a rocket big enough to get us to the moon, the space race was kind of over, and then it was kind of the Cold War. So then all those rocket scientists, instead of building bigger rockets to get farther, all the resources, the government resource, because if you're going to build rockets, you need government resources. All those resources were spent building surface-to-air missiles in an attempt to shoot down an ICBM from an enemy. So the Russians thought that they could shoot down one of ours and vice versa. And it turns out that it is way harder to shoot down a missile than you could ever imagine. And we kind of wasted our time. So that's pretty disappointing. But finally, we're starting to build bigger rockets. Next year is already overflowing with exciting missions to space. NASA is launching a new lander to Mars, as well as a spacecraft that will get closer to the sun than ever before. And 2 of NASA's vehicles already in space will finally arrive at their intended targets. One will rendezvous with a nearby asteroid, while another will pass by a distant space rock billions of miles from the Earth. But it's not just NASA that has a busy year. The commercial space industry has a number of significant test flights planned as well, and the launch of one of the world's most anticipated rockets, the Falcon Heavy, is slated for early 2018. And if all goes well, people may finally ride on to space on private vehicles. Yeah, right now we have the Russians taking us up to space, and you know the Russians are awesome at being astronauts. They really are. And they're cool, and whenever you're doing space, there's way, because it's so expensive and so hard to do what they want to do, it's just game theory that people cooperate. And in space, we cooperate, but that doesn't mean that we don't want our own damn rockets. So if the Falcon 9 Heavy works, and they got to test it a bunch of times, boom, we can put humans on a SpaceX rocket. And you know what? I think that after a few astronauts go a few times, and it's a perfectly good rocket. I think Elon Musk needs to fly in one. You know, if he can fly in it, then anybody else should. Well, actually, no, he can't. He's way too valuable on Earth. And it was not even worth risking it, even if it is a safe rocket. Nonetheless, Elon Musk, he's the man. Just crazy. He's just it's kind of like Thomas Edison. Everybody loves Tesla, and they love talking about it, but Tesla didn't discover shit. That's not really being a scientist. If you're an inventor, it takes science to do it, and those people are usually very versed in science. Like Edison was an inventor, and he knew science. But unless you're really discovering something, you're not a scientist. Elon Musk is not a scientist. He's an engineer. But he's just one hell of an engineer. Anyway, 3-4 diamonds. Let's hope I can see this flop. That would be great. Give me something good. Give me something good. That's not good. Getting low on chips again. All right, now I'm starting to get a little bit bored. SpaceX CEO Elon Musk first announced for the Heavy Falcon in 2011, and I applied for a job at SpaceX in 2010. Didn't get it. A vehicle consisting of 3 reusable Falcon 9 rocket cores strapped together. Originally, the Falcon Heavy was due launch in 2013, but the vehicle's inaugural flight has been consistently pushed back. All right, give me something good. Give me something good. Musk admitted that engineering the rocket has been harder than expected. But man, if they can get 3 of these rockets, because basically it's just a bigger rocket. I mean, they've already got these rockets. They just put 3 of them together. If they can get all 3 of them to come down and be reusable, that is amazing. Now, 5 years after the launch's original target date, the Falcon Heavy's flight seems imminent. Musk tweeted out pictures of the rocket almost fully assembled at Cape Canaveral, Florida, where it's due to start its maiden voyage. And I can't even go all in with this. Alright, well, I'm going to be going out of this tournament pretty soon, everybody. Thanks for joining me. The payload for the mission, Musk's red Tesla Roadster, has been enclosed in the rocket's nose cone. Now all that's left is to fire the rocket, and then actually launch it. SpaceX claims all of this will happen in January whenever the vehicle gets off the ground. It's guaranteed to be one of the most watched flights in years. And they did put it up on the launch thing because they got to test everything. They put it up and it looked cool. But yeah, and they got to do a test burn. And SpaceX lost one of the biggest payloads they've ever had, which was for Facebook. And a lot of the times when you're hearing SpaceX, they're doing supply missions to the space station. So if they lose a rocket, it's not that big of a deal, though it is expensive. I mean, rockets are expensive. But they lost a satellite for Facebook. That was like, the total cost of this explosion was like billions. And they lost it on the pad test firing the rocket. So anyway, things can still happen, but at least if something goes bad on this one, Musk is only losing a Roadster, and he's got plenty of those. U.S. spaceflight startup Rocket Lab is still testing, not getting any cards, is still testing out its experimental rocket, the Electron, designed to send small satellites into orbit. There was already one test flight in May, though the rocket didn't achieve orbit. Rocket Lab intended to do a second test flight in December, but the weather and some technical snags prevented the launch. Now the company's plans to launch again in early 2018, and if the flight goes well, Rocket Lab may stop test flights and go straight to commercial missions. You know what? I haven't really heard of these guys that much. The Electron, they shoot them off in New Zealand. Rocket Lab launches out of its own facility on a remote cliff in New Zealand, and the company plans to live stream the mission too. Wow, the Google Lunar X Prize. Okay, well, finally we'll find out which of the 5 remaining teams in the Google Lunar X Prize will complete their mission to the moon before March 31st, 2018, the competition's deadline, and the answer may be none. To win, a robotic spacecraft must land and explore the moon. The first team to reach the lunar surface will complete all the contested requirements before the deadline and receive a grand prize of 20 million. Anyway, back in the day, Google was like, dude, we're gonna make some prize money, and you need to get a robot to the moon, and you got to do it yourself. And everyone's like, oh my god, that's so fun. We can do rockets these days. And like rich old white guys, they love rockets too. And then, they're like, we can get in this too. And they all went into it, and they spent so much money. And after a little while, they put way more money into it than Google is ever going to have to pay out. And I mean, that's helpful because, it's how kind of technology gets developed. You got to just do it once. But I'm sure every single person that thought they were so smart to get on the Lunar X Prize, nobody was smart. However, it does not seem likely that anyone will launch before the deadline. 4 or 5 finalist teams have yet to complete their landers, and 2 still aren't fully funded. A 5th team from Japan has completed its lunar rover, but the vehicle is meant to ride to the moon on another team's unfinished lander. It's unlikely we'll see any X Prize missions before the deadline at all. Yeah, Google is so smart. And they just knew that rich people were going to want to get in on it. But then it turns out that it's hard to do spaceflight. November commercial crew test flights. This year could be the first test of 2 vehicles that are part of NASA's commercial crew program, the space agency's initiative to launch astronauts on privately made spacecraft. Both SpaceX and Boeing have been developing capsules to carry passengers to space station. The Crew Dragon and the CST-100 Starliner, respectively. SpaceX is scheduled to do an uncrewed test flight of Dragon capsule in April, followed by the first crew test in August. Anyway, they're going to start putting humans on these things. Man, Blue Origin is always behind. All year testing at Blue Origin and Virgin Galactic. Many other commercial space companies will likely do big test flights of their own in 2018, too. Just before the end of Blue Origin pulled off another launch and its landing of the New Shepard. All right, well, I'm going to go out of this tournament here soon, people. It's been fun, but I'm going to go out of this thing soon. Let's take a look. How many people are left? 84 players left. Top 63 get paid. And I'm going to have to, let's hope I double up before the 5-minute break. And this was just supposed to be a test run of playing Bovada poker. And I've been playing for, let's take a look. Let's take a look. Let's see, how long have I been playing? Two and a half hours. So, yeah, these games are not terribly difficult. But at least I've been playing. It's pretty crazy how big the payout is for a $10 tournament. It's $1,000. Pretty sweet. But I'm gonna need a whole bunch of double ups. Let's see, Virgin Galactic. It's just crazy. Musk is really the only game in town so far. Everybody's trying. Oh, and they're moving me to a new table, but at least they're skipping me out of the blinds. Check that out. Now I'm going to try something new. I'm going to see if I can start Adobe Premiere, and I can capture Adobe Premiere. And it's awesome having a big computer. Let's see if we can capture this. Give me something good. 910 offsuit. But if it gets folded around, I could go all in. This guy in the big blind might actually fold. Nope, not even gonna get there. And I would have flopped an open-ender. Ooh, Queen 10. Come on, 3 folds. Please give me 3 folds. And I'll take a huge suck out. Ooh, all in. I'm gonna go all in, people. Well, I guess I'll take some folds too. Alright, 2 hands in a row, something good. Oh. Alright, I'll be right back. Oh, check this out. Check this out. Damn. Let's go, Ludwig. What's up, everybody? I'm back, and check this out. That's Ludwig, the miniature schnauzer. Hey, what's up, Ludwig? Hey, what's up to YouTube? Maybe you can give me some luck. A little bit of luck. A little bit of luck. Alright, here we go. So open up Premiere. We'll just open up this one. I highly doubt this is gonna work. Window capture? Oh man, look at that. You guys want to learn how to be shitty video editors? That is awesome. Oh yeah, it's working. Wow, that is great. Man, having a big computer is awesome. Alright, let's see if we got anything else in the news. An effort to erase LGBTQ people, activists announced Trump firing of HIV/AIDS Council. The flu is already widespread in 36 states. And honestly, people, I think I got something last night. It was weird. Nude. Could be. Nude photos taken of ex-hospital worker during surgery. Doctor accused of inappropriately reusing anal catheters. Alright, well, we're done with the news. Well, what else is there? You know what, let's read about Mike Pence getting trolled. That's just gonna make me laugh. Oh, I think I had 910. And I almost was gonna go all in against this limper under the gun because they always limp in with low pairs. So 910 is actually looking pretty good. Man, I should have limped in. Something good. Ooh, pocket nines. That I'll take. Give me another double up. You know, maybe not a three-way double up. You know what, if I'm gonna hit a 9, give me a three-way double up. You know, it might be out of the tournament here, people. 10. Still in the tournament, people. 42,000. Alright, let's read about Vice President Pence. Still in the tournament. Vice President Pence arrived in Aspen, Colorado this week for a holiday vacation, but not without encountering a silent protest from his neighbors in the liberal ski resort town. Quote, "Make America Gay Again" reads a rainbow banner posted on the stone pillar at the end of the driveway at the home where Pence and his wife Karen are staying. A dispatcher with the county sheriff's office referred the Washington Post and the White House that Pence's next door neighbors posted the banner shortly after Vice President arrived. On Tuesday, in an email to the Aspen Times, Shannon Slade said she is a girlfriend of one of the daughters of the couple living in the house. Man, do I have to call this? And I'm not gonna win. Give me 9. One time, give me 9. LGBT advocates have previously showed their opposition to Pence. Ooh, now I got ace queen. And if this guy goes all in, that'd be great, because I'm going to have him dominated. Watch, he's going to have like ace 8 suited. Man, too bad I didn't win with that 10-7. I mean, I think I'm supposed to call that, right? Ace nine. See, told you. Gotta dodge some cards, and I'm out. All right, well, I'm out of the tournament. Oh nope, I still got 4,000 left. That's annoying. Now let's see if I'm even close to the money. 74 players, 10 players. So I can't even stall my way to the money. So now I'm gonna need some luck. But 54,000 would have been sweet. Well, you know what? If you've been watching the whole time, I wish it would have been more exciting than that. Runner, flush. I knew what he was gonna have. I said ace 8 suited. Who knows? Maybe I can make a big comeback. But I would have really loved to cash in my first tournament and get 20 bucks. And I am officially the shortest guy in the whole tournament. And if I had 50, I'd be in the middle of the pack. Ooh, I think I just got skipped on the... Oh, no. Was I just... No, maybe I got skipped on a blind. I don't know. That's the thing about Pence is... on first viewing, you would think, oh, man, Trump's going to be terrible. I mean, look what he's doing. He's crazy. But actually, the good news is he seems somewhat incompetent at actually government. He seems incompetent at civics and government. Now, he has gotten some things done, but Mike Pence is an expert on government and politics and civics. And pushing the political ball forward, the policy ball. If you're a Republican, that is much harder than talking and tweeting and saying things. Pushing that political ball is very difficult. Trump can't do it very well. Pence can. So if you hate Trump, and I can totally understand why, you got to think to yourself, do I hate Trump so much that I would much rather have somebody that's actually good at politics in there instead and actually pushing the conservative agenda. So if you're a super liberal, you probably want Trump in there, and that's just kind of sad. I guess I got to fold my 7-6 offsuit. Like, the more liberal you are, the more you want Trump in there. And I think partly that's why Trump did what he did with Pence. But yeah, the more liberal you are, the more you want Trump to stay in office, not Pence. But the more you hate Trump because of you're a woman or because of all the reasons to hate Trump, you would just much rather take Pence. If you don't care about politics or any of that stuff, you just want Trump out of there. Man, it's too bad I didn't win that pot. Ace queen against ace 9. Guy hits a runner spade. But had I won that one and really didn't play any hands, I probably would have made the money. So really, if I am going to be playing in these tournaments, I want to be playing in like the bigger 2,000 and 3,000 guarantees. Like this one. What is this? This one is It's in... I think there's only one of these 3,000 guarantees per day. And I actually got lucky just to be in the one today. Oh, there's a 5K guaranteed $20 tournament. This is probably the one I want to be playing. Or just give me a good hand. Not quite good enough. Well, you know what? I'm going to go out in a whimper in this tournament. Goodness gracious. Maybe I should have shipped in a little bit earlier. And I wonder what poker points are on Bovada. Anyway, I'm going to go out soon. Thanks for coming, everybody. If you liked what you saw, make sure you subscribe. I'm going to do it again. And at some point, I'm going to do better. And I'm going to learn which tournaments are... Oh, man, there's a $5 tournament. That's a 3,000 guaranteed. It's not going on right now. It's a 3K guaranteed, and it's $5. This is probably one of the better ones you can play, and the blinds are 10-20. Just started, so you know what? If you got 550, you can play on Bovada. Wow, but that is pretty amazing that there's a $5 tournament. That's a 3K guaranteed. Man, good for them. You know, maybe there's a $2 note. So that one's a good one. $4K guaranteed. That's a turbo. Oh, holiday doubles. 2K guaranteed. See, well, there are tournaments. Oh, and I'm going to go all in with Queen Jack. All right, everybody. This is probably going to be it. Thanks for coming. Make sure you subscribe. I'll be doing this again. And make sure you stop by for the Kings game tonight or the Lakers game tomorrow. Thanks for coming. And if you have anything to say about the way I play, make sure you let me know. Oh, can't win. All right, have a good one, everybody.